Hey friends, it's Josie and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while. I have been doing little shorts here and there and like lives every now and then, but I thought I would come to y'all to show y'all my garden, the reality of my garden and things like that at this time of year. It's July and it's been in the high 90s a lot already, and it's only going to get worse for a while. And it's like 9 o'clock and it's already getting so hot out here already. So this is just the reality of the garden, how it will look here at this time. This is why a lot of people like to do succession gardening, because of like all the diseases your plants can get and things like that. So this year is a lot different than a lot of years that I've had because of all of the rain we had, like as soon as the garden had started doing decently. We had tons of rain, which tons of rain can cause so many issues. It can cause blight and things like that, which I do have on a lot of my tomato plants, but I did not pull them up because they were still producing really well. I can still use the fruit of them and stuff like that. And I've cut back what I can. There have been many storms, so there's a lot of stuff just laid over. And there's just a lot more work I need to get out here and do. However, I just haven't had time, and it's been extremely hot out, and I just can't work out here in the heat. But I am going to have to soon, because of the simple fact that I need to start getting my beds ready for, my next planting that I need to do for the fall time, because that will be here before we know it. So I guess we're going to start at this bed right here and talk a little bit about it. So here, as you can see, I had to pull up one pepper plant. That was a jalapeno plant, and I've been getting so many jalapenos that I just said I have enough for what I need. We're just going to go ahead and pull that one out. Here is the giant Marconi or something like that. I'm leaving this because it does have some buds on it, but it really hasn't done too much. Here is a bell pepper plant. That is trying to reproduce again. I had gotten a lot out of there, and it looks like it's trying to do something again. And then this is the same. As you can see right here, I've had like hornworms come and get my plants, which is another issue, and which is why I had to pull up this one. Here is another jalapeno, I think, which I need to pull that out. Another pepper, but that's not doing good. And then my Sugar Rush peach is not doing well either. And these flowers have just taken over. But I love how this has taken over. It's just so pretty, and I'm okay with it affecting other plants because of this. But you can see all of the flowers that I have in here. And then if we go over here, I pulled up these flowers right here just because I just didn't like them, and they took a long time to produce. Just for a little bitty old flower, I didn't care for that. This I gotta pull up. It's not doing good at all. I think it was some type of pumpkin. And then these are all of my pumpkins, and then in there I have some tomato plants over there as well. But you can see there's a pumpkin there, and then I have one big one on the other side. My green beans, I took those out, and I've just been trying to work a little bit at a time to pull this down. This will not happen next year. We will have nothing but bush beans, no longer pole beans. Here is some more pumpkins. And then we got cilantro here that I am letting go to seed. Here is my big pumpkin right here. I just used this old pillowcase to tie it up so it doesn't get too heavy for the trellis or for its vines or anything like that. Here, as you can see, is a lot of damage, blight, things like that. I haven't really got much off of this one. I think there might be like a hornworm on this one as well. But I am leaving this so the hornworms can stay on it, in hopes that it won't go back to my other stuff that I'm really wanting. So I'm okay with leaving that here. It's not a hornworm, it's one of these little guys right here. Here we have tons of sunflowers. I will show you on the other side, along with melons and watermelons. However, my watermelons and melons aren't doing good. But here are my sunflowers. We also got some over here. So I recently learned that it is not good to put your sunflowers in your raised beds with other stuff, because sunflowers need so much nutrition that it can take up that nutrition from your plants. And that's what it's doing, I believe, with these melons. But I'm okay with that for this year. Next year, I'm gonna have a total different way I lay out my garden. So I'm okay with that for this year. And my sunflowers are just so beautiful, you guys. So I am okay with that. So here is a tomato bed. It looks wild, you guys, and it most definitely is. So my basil is here. Both have went to seed, but I have been letting that so it can flower and the pollinators can get to it as well. Because if I pull it out, I mean, there's no reason for me to pull it out. Somebody can benefit from it. And then I have tons of tomato plants that are just laid down. They're still producing though. As you can see, they're producing, no, Bubby. They're producing very well. And I have tons inside, but it's just, there's blight. They're dying from the heat because this is full sun right here all day long. I've had problems with every pest that you can think. So every pest you can have, like for your tomatoes, I believe I have had. So I've been struggling with that. I have not been putting anything on them. I've just been letting them do its thing. I have so much tomatoes already that I think I'm good. So we just see where it takes us, and then if some of the bugs get it, then it is what it is. Whenever I see a bug, I do try to kill it, but I can only do so much. It's just a lot. And then blight, of course, has taken a toll on them as well. And I've tried to cut back as much as I can, but I just can't cut back anymore without taking the whole plants off. But some of them do look decent. This one right here looks pretty decent, but some of them are just terrible, which is okay. I will put a clip in here on what, how many tomato plants I've had. How many tomatoes I have already inside the house. And then I think in the freezer, things I've already put up in the freezer to wait to preserve, I have like 8 pounds, I think, of tomatoes in the freezers. So that is a good bit. But this is just the reality of gardening, you guys. You learn different things. You know what you need to do next year for your garden and all of that good stuff. So it is always good to continue to learn and see what you need to do for the next year so that your garden can be even more successful. I have gotten tons of bell peppers out of my garden. I have gotten tons of cucumbers. We had so many cucumbers, I started giving them to my mom for her goats and chickens. What else? I said peppers. Tomatoes, tons of tomatoes. We had gotten tons of yellow squash and zucchini. Things like that. We are seeing that we are producing some pumpkins, which is really good because I've never actually been able to grow like a big pumpkin. I've always just done the little small white ones. So that will be fun to do or see, and it's getting really close over there. But yeah, so now we are about to start planting our fall crops. Just going to get ahead and get a head start because I am doing those in the Aero Garden, and I am limited with my space in the Aero Garden. I just see that it has done way better in the Aero Garden than starting seeds on its own. And since I am doing it at a smaller scale, then I think I can get away with that. However, if you're doing a bigger garden, then of course you will have to use regular seed starting methods for that. And then here soon, we're going to get a weed eater because we don't have a weed eater yet. We're going to get a weed eater, weed eat those beds all the way down with the grass, and then I'm going to get some boxes, put the boxes over so it can start killing off that grass that is in there. And hopefully by fall it'll be good enough where I can use it. If not, then that's okay, because a lot of these flowers, sunflowers and things like that will be gone, because I do plan on starting a bunch of new things for fall. So we're going to be doing that. And then we also still have the bed along the fence that we have not done anything with yet, that in the fall we will start getting that prepped and things like that for next year. So we'll go ahead and actually put the bed together, like fully put together, and then fill it up with the soil and things like that. And then if I want a couple more beds, we will go ahead and do that for the fall whenever it gets cooler. Have that ready, cover it up so it'll be ready for spring. And then, you know, I'm going to be sure that this year, whenever I am done with the garden, I'll put the garden to bed, mulch it and stuff like that, so that it won't get overran with grass again. So that whenever it's time, I can just come in and do what I need to do. I am also going to fix like my trellising things too. I like how my big ones are in the middle. I like that. But for the tomatoes, I need to do it differently. And I know that. And I knew that whenever I did what I did. But I didn't do it the way I should, because I had already planted stuff, because I was on borrowed time, because I was already putting in my stuff late, because I had to move and things like that. So this was just all a rushed process. But I am going to be doing like an outline thing of my garden and what I want to do and what I want in each bed, so that I can have a better idea, make sure I am companion planting when I can, and things like that, to try to help you know, get it a little bit more organized. But I still do like it a little bit on the messier side as well. But thank you for hanging out with me today, you guys. I really do appreciate it. I've missed you all so very much. Next video that will be coming out is me starting my seeds in my arrow garden, to show you how I do that if you have not seen that before. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.